Hello everyone, I'm about to take you through the process of the last palm oil I milled. Alright, so it is 6:30 and I'm already on my way, but there was something about this bus. We were just two on this bus, the whole 18-seater was empty. So along the line, this driver legit packed this bus to fight, and here I am getting nervous and chewing my finger. Yeah, this happens when I'm nervous. Finally, I arrived at my host community where I have to board the bike. It's going to take me about 35 to 40 minutes on this bike to go inside this village. This is not my village. I mill my palm oil in different communities where I find good palm nuts. Alright, so being on bike with these my jerry cans, this is not all my jerry cans. The first set has gone, so this is the next set coming to the meal. I arrived at my host's house and these were the remaining palm nuts. Do you know that you have to get about 25 of these bunches of palm nuts to get 125 liters of palm oil? So these were the remaining palm nuts. I think this is not mine. I will head to the mill very soon, but before then it got windy and the apple tree there, the apples started dropping. I decided to do myself a favor of picking those apples. Just look on the ground, just look at the ground. You're going to see so much. So I did myself a favor of picking so much apple. Along the line, I got mango. In this community, they sell 3 mangoes for 100 naira because I know I'm going to the bush. This is the lonely part. I have to walk a long distance. I shortened the distance, but I recorded every of it. But I'm close to the mill now. As you can see, smoke, and if you were there, the smell of the mill. I got to the mill and I was not happy because they were not done with the oil. The plan was to mill the oil for me. I'll come pick up. But when I got there, my palm nuts were still on the fire. Yes, I was not happy with my host because this was not the agreement. The agreement was that my palm oil should be ready. But nevertheless, I have to wait. All right, so they are still trying to load the drums. One of that drum filled with palm nut is going to give you just 125 liters of palm oil. Then if the palm nut is this thing they call osuku, yes, then you're going to have 1.5 jerry can. You see the way the drums are filled, and it has to be cooked for hours. This was why I was not happy, because it's going to make me stay longer than I have planned. These were the remaining palm nuts, and here I am still looking for fruit, more mangoes. You know I don't joke with fruits. All right, because this is the only thing I had in my stomach for the whole of that day. It was a very stressful day. Okay, after that, the palm oil was cooked and pressed. I was busy testing it to make sure that I get the best test out of it as your what do you call it, safety officer. Yeah, so I have to test it. And more palm nuts were coming from the bush. I don't have time to keep. I don't let my palm nuts rotten before I mill them. Yeah, so they just have to get soft a little bit, then I mill. But if you don't let it get soft, you will not get up to 125 liters from that drum. Milling palm oil is a very stressful process. It is very stressful. It's not even worth it. Imagine this is just two bunches of palm nuts, and finally this was about 4 p.m. in the evening, and finally we've been able to squeeze and get out palm oil. We're not done yet because we have to cook the oil. I decided to go back to my host's hut to relax a little bit. They brought the palm oil and it's time to turn and go. My dear, I have to go through the process of again, but this time around going, I sat in front of the bike, like on the tank of the bike, because I had about 10 jerry